This is the third and final part of the interview with Lucus Olle, who at 19 years old had a stroke, followed by a seizure, followed by a cardiac arrest, followed by another stroke. Here, he talks about the future and what time is. If you haven't watched parts 1 and 2, pause this video and watch the other parts first to better understand the experience. Lucus. Some people who have had a near-death experience report that, at the time of the experience, they had at least some glimpse of future events. Do you think that in your experience this kind of thing happened?
Yes, I did. During that connection with the human collective, I thought, and now what's next? How do we go? Where do we go? Since there is no limit to the information there, and the answer comes immediately, I saw the future in a way. At least that's what it seemed to me. Or it could be a page turn, another chapter anyway. Our place here on Earth, it was a very different planet. It seemed like an image of the future. Our home here, very different, very empty, quite empty. I also felt that it emanated bad things, bad feelings, of aggression, hunger, disillusionment, pain, kind of catastrophe, really. And as we are all interconnected, exchanging information, billions and billions, and there were not billions here on Earth. And as I had already said, I do not call those beings from there, but they see, and some of our friends who sometimes talk to me, they talk a little about this. They explain to me that free will exists, although we have an agenda there of what we will live, and that we ourselves we have a lot of free will. Most of our decisions are actually commanded by free will. And they say that our free will leads us to what is already being built there in that vision, and that it is something bad, very bad. As I already said, there we do not have the sensation, neither of time nor of space. So I do not know when, but it was not much, because I had just had the experience of returning there and I saw that. So I do not think it is something very distant, but it was a very bad thing. But immediately that closed and I returned there, for my walk, for my grandmother. But I don't want to seem apocalyptic here, that's not it. Because the question of death, it doesn't exist. We can no longer have the idea of death. We have to have the idea of transfer. Nobody dies. We are transferred. And yes, it is to a better place. So, the fact that we are going through this phase of transformation on the planet does not mean that it is bad. Quite the contrary, I believe it is good. Because people are going to a better place, going through a renewal, improving, and the planet too. I believe the planet needs a rest. A lot of people needing to come very quickly. The idea was not this. The idea was not for people to come as quickly as they do. This is a certainty. People are coming very quickly. From the time of gestation to the time of life. It's very fast. It wasn't supposed to be like this. It's the question of 70% of free will. The planet needs a break. If it is for this type of life that we see here to continue here, the planet needs a pause. This pause means the transfer of those who are here to another place. This other place does not need to be physical. We are not from here. But this is not a conclusion that I drew from there, but rather a conclusion of my own. Because everything is very certain, I am sure of this, I think what I saw is a matter of conclusion. That is, if we do not identify the presence of billions of people on the planet, in that image that I saw the planet is on pause, I believe that there was a withdrawal of these billions of people quickly from here. I think it is a matter of conclusion. It should be something, very fast. From what it seems, nothing that we here can interpret as good, but that is good. For all sides it is good. For us, for the planet, for the collective. Look, I had just arrived there. It's okay that I had stayed a short time, and having just arrived. But soon that curtain opens, and I already see from there the Earth spinning with fewer lights, fewer interconnections. It seems to me that it will be a quick thing. There is no reason to delay. Because I think that, as I have already said, that there are some issues of hierarchy there. I think that the higher you are, the more this thing of vision, of possibility of glimpse increases. So I conclude, who am I to see something very far ahead? I think it's something for now. Everything is heading towards this. People desire this, whether directly or indirectly. Here there are many people who want this to happen, and others indirectly also contribute to this, whether it's a finger on a wrong button, accepting a wrong financial transaction, diverting food that was going to one place and went to another, diverting money. This is part of the collective. And this was confirmed to me. Now when, despite time being relative, I don't think it takes long. What I saw was very solid. I saw things happening there, things falling. It's kind of confusing to explain this, because there is no question of time-space there. There you access past, future, and present normally, and at the same time. Now what I'm going to say here is something I think for myself. I think there are people here who can somehow connect, even if in a limited way, to the other side, and somehow glimpse a little of the things you can see from there. Sometimes people ask me, but if this is already going to happen, what about free will? The question is, and this is certain, because it was something that stayed with me, this question of 70% free will. If we continue on the same line of decisions, we will reach that moment of planetary reduction that I saw, because it is a consequence of our decisions, but that can be changed. An example I give is, imagine you're driving at 70 miles per hour towards a wall. You're sure that if you don't stop, you're going to hit the wall. That's for sure. But if you brake, you interrupt that future. In the same way there, I saw that happening, but there it updates constantly. If we continue as we are, it is heading in quotes to that end that I saw, but maybe in a new update with changes in our decisions, things can be different. That is, we build a future that can be accessed, but that can later be totally different and accessed again. Humanity seems blind in the direction we are taking, and I have no doubt that these experiences, and not just mine, are a shakeup, a form of warning that we need to change our decisions. I believe that they on the other side allow these experiences to be disclosed, so that we can change, so that people know what the real world is, and that some things here on Earth are not as important as we think they are. And these sporadic contacts, from people there with those here, I believe it was supposed to be normal. I believe that everyone here on this third planet, located in this solar system, everyone who lives here was supposed to be normal to connect with the other side. I will spend the rest of my life here on Earth and not be able to express how far you can reach. In thought, in collective. There was no individual there, a unique experience, and you felt that in the end you are connected to something greater, which I will not risk here to say what it is. But there is no limit. You are not trapped in a body, where you have to think to go somewhere. Where there can be impediments, there is totally free, the total consciousness, and free of everything, the pure consciousness. It's like you can fly around without limit and go wherever you want. But it's much more than that. There's the thing about information exchange. And when I say information, it's not just knowledge. It's you being able to learn from who is by your side. It's you helping who is by your side. It's you helping who is by your side.
Still in this interview, Lucus tells that his grandmother tells that all those who disembodied have this reception of someone close to receive the person who is arriving. But there are also those who die in accidents, and some need care and are taken to be treated in special places for this. And there are also those who do not go there, who go to places considered bad by many. But in fact, it is just the place that at the moment that consciousness adapts, that has more affinity, but that are helped in due time also. Well, without a doubt it was incredible what this young man experienced. Lucas's experience leaves us in doubt if we are doing right with our planet that we call home, the Earth. If we are harming others for our own good and forgetting the consequences that this causes to another person. I invite you who had a NDE to contact us via email left in the description and share with everyone here on the channel your own experience. I'm sure that these experiences bring a lot of hope to many people and a different worldview of what life is and what it holds for us. Thank you for watching so far. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this incredible story.